Hi everyone, welcome to your Monday Mojo with me, Coach Mo. And today is the last day of the talents that we are going to be learning that are found in the relator dimension of StrengthsFinder. And I love today, as I shared in the email that you most likely received, this is the song that gets me singing among many songs. I'm so excited, the Pointer Sisters, and I just can't hide it. That's right. It is a song that's all about the talent of positivity. And there's so many other songs. And why would I know this? Well, because it's my number 3 talent. And I can tell you for sure that positivity has been a core strength of mine all of my life. And so today I just want to share a little bit about individuals who have positivity. There's no doubt in my mind that you know of people, that people will spring to your mind when you think about positivity, right? Those individuals that always seem to find that silver lining in everything. And it's a beautiful talent to have. Why? Life is hard, is it not? Work is hard, life is hard. And, we need to learn how to manage those ups and downs. And there are individuals who have talents that help them to do that. And so they can manage those difficult times a little bit easier and a little bit lighter than others can. And that's something that we feel when we're around people who have positivity, especially in their top 5. They're just a little bit lighter. They're normally smiling and happy. And maybe if they're not happy inside, they still kind of show it on the outside. It's just normal for them to always put on that happy face, right? And not only make themselves happier and a little bit feeling a little bit lighter, but they also just do that really well for others as well. So let's learn a little bit more about people who have positivity, okay? So they like to be optimistic, okay? They're not pessimistic people. Normally, we're all humans and we live in a yin-yang world, a world of duality, where of course we're gonna experience bad times and express those bad times. But people with positivity tend to switch that around really, really quickly. And so for the most part, they're very, very optimistic and they like to be in surroundings and around other people who also are optimistic, okay? What do they like to do? They like to lift people up. Not only do they naturally do that for themselves, right? So I'm a coach, and a lot of times I'll say, I'm coaching myself through something, right? So I have the capacity of lifting up myself, even though I have many coaches and mentors in my life who also partner with me to help me when I'm down. But people with positivity really like to lift others up. I'll never forget the time that I hired my first coach, and part of that process was about learning about myself. And one of the questions that she asked me was, what do people come to you for? And I started to really think about that. And what I realized is that when people kept knocking on my door at the office or would pick up the phone and call me, it's because they wanted to feel my lightness, right? They wanted to be around someone who could show them the light, show them that silver lining because they couldn't find it on their own, right? So we really do like to lift others up, and we like to also lift the energy of environments. And so for me, it's no surprise that I also work with energy. I teach people about their energy. I can help clear people's energy. And through the art of feng shui, which is something that I do, I help to lighten the environment of people's homes and workspaces. So no surprise there that that's something that I'm passionate about and that I like to help others with. We bring energy and a sense of contagiousness, right? So when you're around people with positivity, you grab onto that a little bit, and it's kind of contagious. Sometimes you have no choice in the matter than to walk away a little bit happier than you were before. For some, it's maybe a little bit too much. I get it. No worries. I won't judge you if you think that way. But our energy does tend to be a little bit contagious, and I kind of like that. So what do we need? We need to experience both the drama and the joy of life, okay? Because why? Well, we really can't experience joy without experiencing the drama. And part of the wonderful aspects of being a person who's positive is being able to go from dark to light, right? So experiencing those types of situations and helping others with those types of situations are things that we really enjoy doing. So we make people happy, right? I like that. Okay. So what do we love? Simply put, we love living life to the fullest, right? And expressing our positive nature and just really seeing the positive in all aspects of life. People, nature, experiences, adventure, even the sad times. Again, we like to experience all parts of life and really squeeze the joy out of them, even the sad moments. What do we hate? We hate negative people, or sometimes what I call energy vampires. And I learned this the hard way, and I think anyone who has positivity will at some point learn this the hard way, and maybe people who have harmony as well. Because since we like to lighten the load, we like for people to feel good and high energy and better, oftentimes we'll stick around too much in helping those who really need it and who perhaps don't have the capacity to help themselves. But in doing so, we can really dramatically reduce our own energy. And so as people with positivity, with this aspect of our personality, we do need to be very conscious and aware of individuals in our lives who just take a little bit too much, who don't have that sense of personal responsibility and who are able to really help themselves, right? So there's nothing wrong with helping others, giving them a different perspective, maybe even giving them some tools to help them feel a little more positivity in their life. But we just can't do it all for everyone, right? People need to learn how to help themselves and see that silver lining in their own life, in their own situations, and get themselves out of darkness as well. So we got to be careful with negative people. And I can tell you that I know when those people are in my life, and I have learned to put up boundaries and not expose myself too much, because it could be really draining for me as a very positive person. So a metaphor for someone with positivity is someone who always sees the glass half full. You know this. Again, we're going to have our moments like everyone else, but mostly we have enough water, we're drinking enough water, we see the abundance in our life, and we really try to remind ourselves of all the good that we have in our life. So just again, for those of you who are thinking of it from a business perspective, really think about what having people with positivity can do for your team, for that energy among your team, who can bring people together and make people smile on those days that are not so great. We all need that in our life. And then finally, you know, we always want to look at what's that barrier label, how others see us. And yes, I guess you can say others see us as very naive sometimes, because we don't want to look at the reality. And so, but really the reality for us is that there's so much good out there, and that's what we want to focus on. So call me naive, I'll take it any day of the week. So I hope that you learned a little bit more about how having someone with positivity as a strength, especially in their top 5, could really add value to your life, could add value to your team, could add value to your organization, and could just make things feel a little bit lighter in a world where oftentimes it's just too easy to see the darkness. And more than ever, I think we need the light. So go find those positive people in your life. bring them in a little bit closer and allow them to lighten your life, to lighten the load, because they really enjoy doing it and they're very good at it. So that's what I have for you this week. Next week, we are going to begin the final leadership dimension of StrengthsFinder, which is strategic. I love, love, love so many of the talents in strategic, and they're so, so very important to have in our life and in our organization. So I will see you next week. Stay excited, stay positive. Bye-bye.